What's up, retards? We are back with episode 5 and the Thanksgiving special.
Turkey Day!
God damn it, Jacob.
I like food.
Today's topics are, of course, thankfulness for all cars of all types. The Kevin Hart Resto-Mod accident, because there's been a lot of talk about that a little more lately, mostly in the past. The Ford Mustang Mach E, and that's pretty much going to be it for today, other than just a couple rants here and there about SUVs as usual. So let's start our first little topic, the being thankful. So what are you thankful for this Thanksgiving, Jacob?
Well, Mark,
as far as cars.
To start off on a rather wholesome note, I guess, which is weird for us.
Yeah,
Let's say I'm
weird.
thankful for any one of you, you poor bastards that has taken the time out of their lives to listen to us. If there's even anyone out there, I appreciate you. I know Mark appreciates you.
Yeah, I think we had one view on our last our last video.
I mean, you know who you are if you're that one view, so I appreciate you. Let's see what else. I mean, I gotta throw it out there for the boys. I guess Mark. I guess I'm thankful for Mark. Sometimes. And then, what else am I thankful for? I guess I'm thankful for cars. Cars are pretty neat.
Yeah, what cars? That's kind of what I was asking from the beginning, you goddamn idiot.
Okay, well, you should have specified that. You freak.
I said, what cars are you thankful for?
You said, what are you thankful for?
Yeah, but if you had been listening previously in this same episode, I said thankful for cars of all types.
Yeah.
I guess I could have been a little more clear.
You
but
really could
anyway,
have. Okay, but anyways,
what cars specifically are you thankful for, other
Honestly,
than SEMA builds?
I'm thankful for fucking rally cars, dude.
That's
I
fair.
fucking love rally cars. Especially
Rally cars are pretty sweet.
The Audi Quattro Sport. Oh,
I hate
that just gives
Audis.
me the biggest. I know you do. That's why I say it, to spite you.
Audis are the worst.
The Sport Quattro just gets me going. I love it. I love the noise. I love what it represents for the sport. I love how innovative it was to the sport. I just love everything about that car. About
Well,
yourself,
talking
Mark?
about rally cars, I love the 2001 Subaru STI. It's a pretty lovable car there. Like, you know, there were Evos and stuff during that time, and Evos were also great, but like Subaru just had something that everybody else didn't. It was so cool. I'm also really thankful for the Lancia Delta, not the Stratos. Fuck the Stratos. Stratos was like so cool. It was such a beautiful car, but it was such a letdown because it was impossible to drive. I swear to God, that car was impossible. Like, actually impossible. It was the worst fucking thing. But yeah, no, the Subarus just so cool. They won like a ton of stuff for a few years there. They were doing so good. Now rally, like, I think it's mostly just because rally in the US is just not very popular, and like everyone cares about what the US thinks for some stupid ass reason. But I think that Subaru just made some really fucking nice rally cars back in the day, and you know, the low center of gravity even with a high ride height was just super cool. So that's why I'm thankful for Subarus. And I'm thankful for my own Subaru too. I love driving that car, even if it is a massive piece of shit. But I'm also thankful that this Thanksgiving break, I'll get a little break from school and I'll be able to work on my cars. I'm gonna be in Boise working on cars and stuff. If anybody wants to lend a little helping hand, get featured in a video, I'll be taking some videos of working on the car. And yeah, you guys should see some good content not over Thanksgiving break, but after Thanksgiving break, when I finally mess with the footage enough to, you know, make it decent. Edit it, anyway. Some slight video editing here and there. But yeah. So, what other cars are you thankful for, Jacob?
Other cars, I'd have to say I'm thankful for a lot of 70s and 80s muscle cars.
Hmm.
The golden age.
80s muscle cars?
70s and 80s.
You mean like 60s and 70s? Late 60s and 70s?
No, I mean like 70s
That'd be like
and
the
80s.
that'd be like the gold. Well, 80s muscle cars were like Smogger era cars.
Yeah.
Those were the
still
slow
cool,
ones.
They don't have to be fast to be cool.
Because the Camaro just looks like it's got a big like plywood rear end. Ugly.
Hey, man. Don't you hurt my Camaros.
And Dodge didn't even have muscle cars during that time.
Well, yeah, because Chrysler is stupid as fuck. Did I say Chrysler? Dodge.
Chrysler and Dodge are the same thing, Jacob.
I know. My brain's not working right now.
Yes, they are. They're literally the same thing, Jacob.
Well, tomato.
Potato.
Yeet. Anyway, you say
Wow.
what you want. I
Okay.
enjoy my 70s and 80s muscle cars.
No, they're shit. Okay, but no, 60s and 70s. If you have to include 60s, if you're gonna include the 80s.
But I just like
Because-
the aesthetic of those cars.
Well, okay, think about like 68 Charger,
I'm
69
not saying
Charger,
I don't
70
like
Charger.
them. I'm just saying when I think of like muscle cars, I don't know why, but like the 78, 79 Camaro pops in my head along with 80s Mustangs and Camaros as well.
Like F bodies, like Fox bodies.
Oh no, fuck that. That's disgusting.
Fox bodies were 80s and 90s.
Yeah,
Early
Fox bodies
90s.
were gross.
Okay, so then, oh, God.
It's just the Camaro, I guess. Fuck every other muscle car. The Camaro's where it's at.
Oh my God, you don't like 60s Camaros?
No, I do. I'm just saying when I think of an iconic muscle car, I don't know why, but the 70s Camaro is the first thing that pops into my head.
Wow. Okay. Well, I completely disagree with everything you said there, but that's okay. That's what this whole podcast is all
Good thing
about.
you're not me, Mark.
Yeah.
You'd probably kill yourself.
I honestly probably. So yeah, no. Let's talk about that resto mod accident with Kevin Hart for a few minutes here. Now that we've been thankful for all cars. We're thankful for all cars, by the way, and all builds, unless you're stance build. Stance builds are dumb.
Stance is retarded.
Or unless you're like a show truck with stretched tires and stretched low profile tires, like a lifted truck with it's so retarded.
Yeah,
Who would ever fucking do that?
Like imagine thinking that that's cool.
I don't understand show
imagine being
trucks.
the moron who replicates those builds.
I don't understand show trucks because you take something so useful and you make it into something that is so useless. Like it's just like, why? Who does that? Who fucking does that, Jacob?
Jeep guys.
Not even Jeep. It's like Chevy guys.
Whoa. No. I mean, Ford guys fucking do it too.
I mean, yeah. I feel like it's more Chevy. It's probably just more Chevys because Chevys are cheaper in the first place. To be honest, that's why Chevys like have the reputation they do, just because they're cheap, and so any dumbass can fuck with it.
Yeah, they're not hard to work on.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't understand why people do that. But anyway, let's move on to the resto mod. So, I'm sure everyone has heard about this yet, especially if they're listening to this podcast. They probably use the internet way too much. Or they're me listening to the podcast while I'm editing it and just wanting to fucking blow my brains out. But yeah, no, anyway. That Kevin Hart had a resto mod Challenger, I think. It was either a Challenger or a Cuda. And he wrecked it, and they're trying to sue the company that built it. I don't remember if it's him specifically or just one of the people in the car at the time, but they said there's not adequate safety equipment in a car of this caliber, blah 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 blah. But it was up to Kevin Hart to put that safety equipment in, or ask to have that safety equipment installed. And second of all, one of the people riding in the car didn't even have the stock seatbelt on. So what's the point of putting safety equipment in if you're not even going to use it? It's like the whole wireless seatbelt things again.
I thought it was his friend's car. I didn't think it was his car.
No, it's Kevin's car.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
It was a Cuda.
It was a Cuda?
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's a resto mod. I think it had a newer, might have had a Demon engine in it.
It had a big old engine in it. I saw the pictures of it. I just can't fucking
or no, I think it had a Hellcat engine in it. I want to say.
Yeah, no, that thing was fucking ridiculous.
It was cool. It was really cool. And it's too bad that they wrecked it being stupid. But it can happen to anyone. But the fact that they're suing them over it, like, what's the point? Especially when you're that wealthy, that rich.
Yeah.
Like, you're literally just suing them to make them poor or just to defame them. Like, you know, you have the power to just talk to them and be like, hey, this is wrong. You should, you know, if you think they're in the wrong, just talk to them and be like, you know, you should, you know, recommend, like, highly recommend or force people who do these kind of modifications to put the safety equipment in their car.
You can also
and at that point,
refuse to build the customer's car if it's that outrageous. It's the right of the business.
Yeah.
It's not? Yeah.
Well, and like, it's a roadworthy vehicle, so it obviously had to have, you know, decent. And it was roadworthy, I think, in California. Yeah. I want to say, which means it's pretty stringent upon. Like, if it was roadworthy in Idaho, like, I would say that, yeah, it's probably not. There's probably a chance that it wasn't built well, just because you don't really have to have much to be roadworthy in Idaho. Unless you're in Ada County and you have to pass emissions tests, but even that isn't that bad.
Brake lights, turn signals, and other than that, they pretty much don't care.
Yeah. I mean, to go to the drag strip, your car has to be safer than it does on the road. Like, it's honestly, it's nice because, you know, if you know what you're doing, you don't have to, like,
well, that's the
pay
problem.
as much to keep your car on the road.
Driving the car didn't. I mean, it was 720 horsepower.
Yeah.
I wouldn't trust myself with that much. It's too much car for a normal person to handle.
Well, yeah, not hooning it anyway. Like, if you're just gonna mess around,
like, if you're gonna drive like a normal guy, maybe do some burnouts from stoplights. Okay, cool. If you're gonna take it on a canyon road and try and push that thing limit, that's
where
stupid.
And I'm guessing it had a solid axle in it and stuff. No ABS. That's gonna be really hard to drive if you don't know what you're doing. Probably didn't have independent rear suspension. The suspension was probably a little out of whack if they've done that. If they've modified it that stringently, you know, it might have not been quite aligned correctly. There's a ton of variables there, and, you know, I mean, the shop, I'm guessing, did all that, and they did it really well.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to badmouth the shop here. In fact, I think the shop is being, like, you know, really, like, the media is just fucking them right now because our beautiful Kevin Hart, my favorite comedian. But
has he done a comedy show in a while? I feel like he's just more of an actor now.
I mean, he used to do stand up a lot. I know that. I don't. He is. I still consider him a comedian more than an actor.
He's a former comedian. I'll give him that. I'll give him that much. I call him an actor now.
Yeah, I mean, comedians are actors in some degree or other. All comedians, I think, are actors in some regard or other. Just because standing up on a stage, you're kind of an actor no matter who you are. Even if you're a politician, I still think if you're standing up on a stage, you're an actor.
Politicians are a completely different level, though. Sociopaths. They're sociopaths.
Oh, well, a lot of them, yeah. Yeah, that's actually, yeah. There's statistics for it, and a lot of people think that a lot of people in politics are sociopaths, and it's like, holy shit, it's scary because you know that they're not actually doing it for anyone but themselves. It's kind of scary, but yeah. And you gotta wonder, like, how many on your side are sociopaths, like how many actually care about you, and how many are just...
I don't even trust politicians at this point. I've completely given up on identity politics or the two-party system. I think it's all a sham. Yeah.
But yeah, no, so that's the kind of the Kevin Hart incident. I haven't seen a lot of new stuff.
There's really not much being reported on. If anything, now the media's kind of swapped from dicking over the speed shop that built the car to just tracking his recovery in Jumanji 2. That's kind of where they've gone.
Has it? Because
yeah, or relatively recently at least.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Speedcore. I mean, Speedcore is a great shop. That car, the car that Kevin had, literally went to SEMA. I mean, that's pretty.
Yeah, no car just goes to SEMA. It's got to be kind of special.
Yeah, I mean, it's you've gotta. They know that they have to. Talking about SEMA though, like. Like there were so many Supras at SEMA. It's like, why? Everything was a Supra.
The same.
And half of them didn't run or drive. I've seen so many memes.
It just hurts me so much. I'm like, yeah, it's a cool car, but it just hurts.
Yeah.
It hurts so much.
Yeah, they say, oh, even if there were mechanical problems, a harness could have minimized the injury. Yeah, but like it's still so all customizers install harnesses. Roll cages might be a stretch. So here's the problem with saying that you install a harness but not a roll cage. If you install a harness and not a roll cage, or at least a roll bar, your harness isn't gonna work.
Yeah, wait, what are you strapping the harness to at that point?
Exactly.
Floor?
I mean, generally,
because like the normal. What's the normal thing for harnesses? It's like 3-point or 5-point harnesses.
It's 5-point.
5-point, yeah. There are two, like the ones that go
standard.
around your shoulders, supposed to be on the roll cage.
They wrap over, not wrap, but they go over the roll cage.
Yeah. And
then down and mount to the floor, basically.
Yeah. So they have 2 points of contact on the vehicle.
Right. And the roll cage is holding up the. So like if you try and move forward a lot, the roll cage stops the harnesses from just plowing through the back of the seat, basically.
Yeah.
And if you have a strong enough seat in there, maybe it'll stop you. But you don't want the seat. You don't want that kind of stress on the seat. You want that stress on the roll cage, because the roll cage is built for that
stress.
Yeah. The roll cage is designed for that, and like the seat's not. The seat's just not. The seat is meant to hold you a little bit from side to side and hold your back from going back, and maybe your head, but it's not designed for the whole harness to hold it from going forward. So, and that's why in a 3-point belt, like what you have in most cars, where it goes over one shoulder and at the lap, that is mounted to where the seat mounts to the floor, and up on the the C pillar maybe, whatever the pillar is that separates the front of the car, the window, it's mounted to that pillar and the other side, and the floor seat, and then the other part is mounted to the bottom, where you usually have the ratchet at the top that stops you from moving forward when you get in a wreck, and it auto retracts. But that's usually designed like built into the structure of the car. It's not like. So
it's also
if you
pedestrian. I mean, it's supposed to protect you in the event of a crash, but not to the extent that a 5-point harness is going to.
Yeah, and but it's built into the structural parts of the car, so they're not gonna bend, they're not gonna fail like a seat might. Especially the people that install their lightweight like aluminum racing seats, and then they don't install.
Those 5 pounds, man. Gotta save those 5 pounds.
Well, I mean, those are nice seats. They're not comfortable, but they're really lightweight, and they hold you in well. They're nice seats for that, but like if you don't have a roll bar, that thing is just gonna fold over like a tin can.
Yeah.
So, That's what people don't really. Yeah, that's what people don't really realize. There's a lot of stresses in that are not what you want. So yeah, yes, you should have seatbelts, and yes, if you're modifying a car extensively, you should probably put a harness in. If it's like gonna be really, really fast, and you know it is, you should put a harness in. But should you have to? No. Should you not drive like an idiot if you're gonna do that? Yes, of course. Like, it's just a stupid thing. They shouldn't be sued for that. He should have put him in himself if he knew he was gonna be doing that. He shouldn't have let his friend that didn't know how to drive the car drive it.
Yeah.
They should have put the seatbelts on in the first place that they had, because the woman in the back that was riding with them didn't have her seatbelt on. Like,
common sense,
it's
people.
Just, yeah.
It goes a long fucking way.
Yeah, common sense.
Like literally half the accidents that fucking people get into on the road, and half the accidents that happen to people in general are just fucking common sense things. Like, you remember when you were like what was it, like 3rd, 4th grade? Like, I swear this was like really specific to me, but like when I was in like 3rd, 4th grade, my fucking teacher gave our class like a fucking like safety thing, and she's like, yeah, if you're gonna stand on something, don't stand on rolling swivel chairs. I'm like, why the fuck would you ever think it makes any sense to stand on a rolling fucking swivel chair? That's how you fucking break your back. But apparently, we were too stupid to not know that.
If it's not a stable thing, don't stand on it. My dad once, I mean, it's easy to just like, it's convenient. Let me just grab this thing and stand on it for a second while I grab this small thing from up there. Like, my dad once was all alone at his work, and he stood on a bucket to grab something, and he fell down and he bruised his tailbone really bad. Like, it was purple for like a year. He almost broke it, but apparently he didn't break it. It's kind of funny. But yeah, you gotta have common sense, folks. I don't care who you are. Just, think about what you're doing before you do it. Don't be stupid. Don't blame other people for your stupid mistakes. Also, like, that's just a dick move. If you're trying to blame someone and take money from them for the stupid ass mistake you made, don't do that.
Civil lawsuits always make me laugh, especially when they're on such stupid grounds as that.
Yeah.
I love civil lawsuits.
All right, so let's move on to the Ford Mustang Mach E. Warning:
Does
this
E
is
stand for elephant?
Warning that
fucking huge.
Because of the elephant in the room.
Yeah.
Warning: this is going to be a bit of a rant, probably between both of us. There's probably going to be a little bit switching off here and there.
Rant alert. Rant alert. We'll flash it on the screen for you, I guess. I don't know. But anyway, so
I'll try and edit that well.
The Ford team did the thing.
Yeah, they
made a Mustang SUV.
It's not okay. Here's the problem. I'm not mad that it's electric. I think an electric Mustang would be pretty cool. I'm not mad about that. While electric cars aren't my favorite, that's it. I still think an electric Mustang would have a lot of people happy, and I think that it would be pretty fucking sick to drive. It's not my cup of tea. I personally like a roaring V8 or twin turbo V6, something cool like that. But electric is fine. What I don't like is that they made a fucking SUV. It's not even an SUV. It's a compact SUV, or it's a crossover is what it is. It's another goddamn crossover.
So you're telling me the Ford Motor Company made another fucking crossover for the 2020 model year?
What is this, number 8.5?
Slap my ass and call me Sally. I'm shook, dude. I'm fucking shook.
How many of these
SUV saturating the already oversaturated unnecessarily horseshit?
How many? I get so mad because every company does this. Every company has been doing this. Mitsubishi, fucking the Eclipse. Let's revamp it as a crossover.
Crossover SUV. There's like everyone's like, more.
Every fucking time.
Give me
Every
more.
fucking time. It makes me so angry because no one's asking for this. I don't know anyone that wants a fucking crossover.
Have you ever met a
It's
soccer
not-
mom?
No.
Yeah, they're the only ones asking for it.
God damn it. Fucking soccer moms. Why?
No.
Why are they the way
Because
they
it's
are?
cute and it's practical. It gets my kid to soccer practice and piano practice and to school, and it gets
No.
me to work.
What's practical is like an all-wheel drive van, because then you don't have your stupid ass kids door dinging everyone with your swing outdoors. This is not practical. Like, I guarantee you that second row is gonna be unlivable.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna be fucking
I've
awful.
sat in the back of a fucking Ford before. It's terrible. They're not comfortable.
Sitting in
They're
a
built
Ford
for
in general just hurts.
they're built for legless pygmies. They're not. They're. Oh my god.
What are the fuck are the Oompa Loompas? Just
Oh
Oompa
god.
Loompa doopa dee doo.
Yeah,
Sit in a
that's-
Ford I'd like to do. That's it.
Wow.
That's all they got.
That was impressive, Jacob. Do you
Thank
want
thank
to?
you. The magnum opus of my singing career right there.
But yeah, the fucking Mach. So the ground clearance. You know what? You guys want to know what the ground clearance is? The ground clearance is 5.7 inches. What are you gonna go over with that? A fucking pebble? This is not useful for off-road. When are people gonna see this? It's only useful for like, oh, it's snowing a little bit. Let me just turn on forelock. Oh boy, now I can
Slap
actually
this bitch in electric
drive.
all-wheel drive and just golf cart my way around. Don't mind me.
I just why
I've got
and
a
then
Mustang.
and then they named it a Mustang. Like if they would have made this
if
like the
they,
new
if they would have
Edge.
named it anything else, if they would have picked it, any alphanumeric or just anything slightly original instead of writing the hype of, guys, check this out.
Even
It's a Mustang, but it
even a
has-
Focus, even naming it a Focus would have been better. If they would have named it the Focus RS Mach E, I would have been fine. I would have been like, okay, well, it's kind of cool. It's another goddamn crossover, but it's kind of cool. No, they named it a fucking Mustang, and it looks
The only
like
design
absolute
inspiration
garbage.
it has from the Mustang is barely the rear corner panel, a
And the
little bit
front
of the
grille.
tail lights, and just a little bit of the headlights.
The front grille, kind of.
Barely.
Just like where the horse is.
Yeah. I mean, it's got the horse in the front, but like, other than that, it's not a Mustang.
It looks like a cow.
Like, granted, it's such a
They should call
good
it
idea.
It's terrible.
Mark's brain broke.
It's a
I
fucking-
think
it's
the
a fucking
car as a
cow.
whole, the concept of it, like before you give it its stupid name and before you call it an SUV, it is such a good idea. I mean, honestly, it's like the one thing in the lineup that Ford was kind of missing for a while because they've already hit your kind of eco-friendly sedans and SUVs and a little with their crossovers with the new EcoSport. I mean, those are great, but they finally have something for the electric person.
It's a big old cow, and they may as well have called it a heifer.
The Ford Heifer Mach
The
E.
Ford heifer. The Ford heifer. That's what they should have called it.
Honestly,
The fucking
that
Ford
might
heifer.
go over better. Just remove the Mustang branding, leave it as it is, and just rename it the Heifer. I mean, granted, they might piss off some white lady, but no harm, no foul. It's only gonna be heifers driving it, but
The Ford heifer, honestly, or like the ox or something. Like ox would be cool if they would
Ox.
named it like, or like what's the actual name for ox? Oxen.
the Ford Bison.
Yeah, the Ford
Honestly,
Bison.
the Ford Bison would. I'd fuck with that, like the Ranger Bison, the Ford Ranger Bison, or the Ford F-150
Oh, dude.
Bison. I'd fuck with that.
Dude, I saw somebody with a Range Rover Evoque getting it towed on campus yesterday, and I was laughing so hard. It made me.
Imagine wasting your money on a Range Rover.
Yeah.
Like, honestly.
Or a Land Rover
Or,
of
yeah.
any kind.
Yeah. It's just a waste of money.
Yeah,
Like, I
because
don't
they're
know
not
why, but,
they're
like,
not
what-
reliable.
They're not reliable. They're
much
kind of
better
garbage
off.
cars.
They're not much better off road than a Jeep is.
No. But it has clout because you have to pay $280,000 for a Land Rover.
Ugh, I hate.
I don't know why, but like of all the
hate car
luxury
clout.
branded cars, that is the one thing my dad wants. And he's really not a big car guy. He just wants to buy a truck and move on with his life. But he's like, yeah, if I ever hit it big, I'm gonna buy a Land Rover. And it
Oh
was at that
God.
moment that I almost disowned my father.
Somebody did a render of the Mustang Mach E that's slammed, and it's like it looks more pony. It looks more pony, less SUV, and it's like no, it just looks more like shit.
It just looks stupid as fuck.
It looks like a slammed
Like honestly, give that
Model
thing
X.
a couple inch lift, some slightly more aggressive off-road tires. I mean,
Yeah, I mean, if it
I'll
was
think
if it
about
was
it.
actually an SUV, if it was actually an SUV, it would be cool.
Either
Or if
make
it was
an SUV
actually,
or rent it as a crossover.
the fact that they like advertised it as a SUV, a full SUV, is
That is not a full-size SUV.
so dumb. An SUV is like a Jeep, or maybe like a Chevy Tahoe. You know, something actually useful.
Dude, the Tahoe's lit. My mom's 04 Tahoe is still running strong. I fucking love that thing.
But no, they made this god awful
They
piece
they,
of
they made
garbage.
this thing, the Ford Mach E, but the E actually stands for elephant. 'Cause that's all it fucking is. It's the elephant in every room of anyone who cares about cars right now.
Yeah, where's the elephant's trunk? Let's see. Oh, is the trunk the like charging port?
Fuck.
The
Jesus. It's
poor-
disgusting little frunk thing.
The poorly placed. Yeah, it doesn't. The frunk doesn't
But
look.
Every car company needs to take a note from Tesla, because Tesla is one of the few electric car companies that has figured out how to make a frunk look good.
It's weird because the frunk looks like it has very little room. It looks like it can barely fit a
You could
cooler
probably
in
put
there.
a duffel bag in there if you're lucky. Because you know,
Like-
Mark, as all great SUVs, it has so much storage with the addition of the frunk.
The worst part for me, the thing that I don't like about frunks is that you can't access them from inside the car.
Yeah, nah.
So like with a trunk, in general, you put down the rear seats and you can access it from inside the car. You can put something long through and like all the way into the car with a trunk. You can't.
The little ski portals.
Yeah,
that
you
even
can't.
most sedans have nowadays.
Yeah, you can't do that with a frunk.
Nah.
And that's what is the most frustrating about a frunk, is that you cannot, put something through. Like, that's all you get. That is all you get. And it's just like, why is this even here? Is it useful? No, it's not useful.
It's useful if you're like literally going to the gym to put your duffel bag in. That's all you
And
can
even-
fit in
and
that
even-
frunk. It's
and-
just.
And
so
even
stupid.
then, who's gonna put their gym bag in the frunk? No, they're not gonna use it.
Rich
They're gonna put it.
douchebags.
They're gonna put it right next to them in the passenger seat, because no one's gonna want to open the frunk just to get their duffel bag out when they could just put it right next to them. Like if it's raining or something, you're just gonna grab that duffel bag and just walk straight into the gym.
Yeah, no, you don't wanna
You're not
fuck
gonna
around with
wanna-
the trunk.
Yeah, you're not gonna want to like open the frunk and then close it
Hold
again.
on,
You
it's
just want to
raining.
grab
Let
it
me
and
open
run.
my frunk real quick, soak everything in it and myself.
Yeah. Yeah, it's ridiculous that they thought that anyone thinks frunks are useful, because they're not.
Oh god.
They're-
Also, that center console. Have you seen the interior of the car?
I've looked at pictures.
Its center console is almost a complete ripoff of Tesla's until they added the dial.
Except
added
they
the
have
dial.
except they have a shittier touchscreen.
Yeah.
Have you ever used the touchscreen in a Ford car?
Oh, I wanted to kill myself.
Like the infotainment system? It's the worst
I can
experience
guarantee
ever.
you my Game Boy Advance from 2004 could run whatever operating system better. Like, I shit you not. You probably couldn't even get run. You couldn't get me to run on that thing.
Well, it's just the
Doom could
touchscreen
run
is so
anything.
bad. Like you have to press it so hard because it's
You have
not
to
actually a
fucking
touchscreen.
punch it. I mean, like, I'm just gonna put my mic right next to my desk. If they get that thing to register, you gotta smack it.
Just bam, bam, bam.
This is the greatest noise of all time. Thank you.
Me slapping my mic. Yeah, rip headphone users. I'm sorry.
If you like a little bass, there you go. But yeah, no. I mean, I think honestly the easiest way to summarize this thing is it's an amazing idea. It was pretty decently well thought out. It was just pretty shittily executed.
Yeah, the execution was not good.
Like, frankly, like most of Ford's lineup is, I think. Outside of like the Mustang and the F-150.
I've liked the new I like the new look of the new Mustangs.
The
I like
new Mustang, between its looks and its performance, that's the only like place that Ford has been heading in the right direction.
I like the
blend.
I like the blend between the retro and newer look. And the styling cues they took from the old Mustangs. I think it looks really good.
I'll give the new Ranger credit too. I like the Ranger.
Oh, I don't like the new Ranger. I don't like it at all. I think that any truck where they're trying to make it like really fuel efficient just looks like shit. Because it doesn't look like it's actually that useful. Our Rangers are available in the US, right?
Yeah, as of this last year.
Yeah. Okay. Because for a little while I didn't think they were.
You know, it was between like I want to say like 2006 and the beginning of this year that they were not available in the US.
But our Rangers, our Rangers, I forgot what I was gonna say. Never mind. Forget I started. Yeah, my brain just shut down.
It's still a little baby pickup, and I love it because I love little baby pickups.
I mean, I like small pickups. Like I like the Tacoma. I really want to buy a V6 Tacoma with a
SR5
with a 5-speed.
V6, dude. That thing's fucking
with a 5-speed and all-wheel drive.
That's what I like about fucking Toyota. They're still one of the few companies you can buy from that you can buy from the factory with a manual in 2019.
Yeah.
You can do that.
And
shit
like
without
a manual truck is getting really hard to find, but you know, I would love to have any car with a manual. To be honest.
Yeah, I freaking saw a dude when I was working this summer. He had a Dodge Ram 1500, you know, bighorn, big boy truck, probably 2010, 2012. That thing was a 5-speed. Blew my mind. I didn't think Dodge did that. And it was really scary too, because he was towing about 6,000 pounds of trailer.
Sorry, what were you saying?
I hate you.
What?
Can't tell if you did that on purpose?
I didn't do it on purpose, actually. Someone knocked on my door. I had to mute my mic for a second.
So you went quiet. I'm like, oh fuck, but I'm gonna start this over. But no, so a dude rolled into the shop to go pick up a trailer, some shit, with like a 2010, 2012 Dodge Ram 1500 Bighorn. That was a fucking 5-speed, like full size pickup.
Nice.
It was amazing. It blew my fucking mind. I fucking shook that guy's hand. I'm like, you're a goddamn legend.
Yeah, we have a 1997 Ford F-250 with a 5-speed, and I think you've tried the clutch on that thing before. It's insane.
Heavy as fuck.
It's an insane
so
fucking clutch.
Fat.
Like you have to put your whole body into pressing that clutch down.
Like just for some context, like I'm a big dude. I weigh about 225, 230. I squat the 4 or 500s. That was fucking hard for me to push in. That thing's a fucking bitch. And then Mark's skinny legs. I don't know how he does it, but holy fuck. Mark stepped away from the mic again, but it's fine. We're gaming. Y'all are stuck with me now.
Hi YouTube.
Retards. That was Mark's roommate.
Yeah, those were retards. Yep.
Fellow retards.
Retard idiots.
Retard nation.
Yep.
That'll be our merch if we ever get there.
Just tard.
Tard.
Yeah.
Oh lord.
Hashtag
save the manuals.
Oh yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
now that I completely lost my train of thought. God damn. But yeah. So I think we're gonna end the podcast a little early today, but just to let everyone get to being thankful on Thanksgiving when this goes live. It'll premiere on Thanksgiving.
Spend some time with your family. Watch some football. I don't know. Put your phone down. I'll pull a boomer. Put your phone down. Live a little life. Watch some football. Just be thankful for what y'all got. Like honestly, just take the time during dinner. Enjoy what you got. That's what this holiday's all about. Happy Thanksgiving, y'all.
Yeah.